before we get to the show, I just want to make this public service announcement to thank everybody, 100 of you, I guess, since it was sold out and that was the capacity, who came to the Rhinebeck Roast at the Morton Library to support this station, Radio Free Rhinecliff. Now I'm channeling Alan Shartok. It's Pledge Week. We've opened the lockbox, but we opened the lockbox to thank you all so much for coming and enjoying. If you were offended by anything, please call me personally so I can tell you what the 800 number is. You might have seen it on Waggish bumper stickers around town. But enough of that. Let's get on with the show. Happy Friday, and thanks for tuning in to RadioFreeRhinecliff.org. And the show in particular, correct me if I'm Norm. I'm your host, Norm. I'm thrilled to be here tonight with Patty Hill and Susie Murray. Hello, how are you?
Hello.
Thanks for coming. And they brought delicious beers, Yuengling. It's really, I had this years ago. It's really yummy.
It is good, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a nice lager.
Oh, nice. Yeah, it's a good lager.
It's the oldest beer in America.
Is it? Yeah. That's nice. Huh, Yuengling. Where is it out of, like Philadelphia or someplace?
Yeah.
Huh,
I'm
good.
pretty sure Philly.
Did you all ever live in Philadelphia?
No.
No.
Did you travel to Philadelphia?
No.
Oh, have you ever been there?
No. Not even a school trip.
I love that. Wow. Any desire to go to Philadelphia?
Not really.
I heard it's really nice. So.
I like it a lot.
Yeah.
But you all are you were born and raised in Long Island?
Brooklyn.
We were born in Brooklyn.
Oh, okay.
I was moved to Long Island when I was 3.
Oh.
Patty was up
10.
So she had more of a childhood in Brooklyn than I did.
Okay.
I'm more Long Island.
Okay. So you moved to
accent.
so 7.
Yeah.
What accent you talking
right.
about? No, really, you think you have much of an accent?
Not as bad as it used to be.
Yeah.
People used to say, are you English? I said, no. Are you from Massachusetts? I'd say no. Where are you from? I said, Brooklyn.
Brooklyn. So you had a Brooklyn accent. And did you ever have a Long Island accent?
I think so, yeah.
And what about your folks? Did they have
Brooklyn.
More Brooklyn.
Both of them?
Yeah.
Were they born and raised in Brooklyn?
Yes.
And
Well,
My dad was born in Scotland.
Oh, wow.
But he came over as an infant, so basically a Brooklyn accent.
Right. And what about his folks?
Both Scotland.
Yeah. And did you all have much of a relationship with your grandparents?
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. What were they like?
Well, the Scottish ones were they were, stoic in a way, but the music, they loved music. And whenever we went over, they would play, not only bagpipes, but reels and things like that. And we danced and...
What, wheels?
Reels. Like the Irish reels. and
Scottish
stuff.
reels.
Oh, reels.
That's
Yeah.
The way they describe it is a type of music. Scottish reels.
I don't even know that.
Yeah.
Huh, Scottish reels. And so they were both from Scotland. What about the other side of the family?
My mom's side was Italian.
Yeah.
3rd generation Italian.
It's kind of a classic New York
Yeah.
matchup.
It is,
Yeah, they loved music as well. They were my aunt, my grandpa. Everybody was always singing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. And,
So
Tony Bennett, right? Frank Sinatra.
Yeah, Frank Sinatra.
and of course the Scottish superstars.
Yeah, they had theirs. I mean, you wouldn't recognize, like Jimmy Shand. He's a very famous Scottish band leader.
Wow.
But what I liked was we had the food and we had the music. So we were immersed, right, Susie? We were immersed in both of them.
I love that. All right, now what are you doing touching your sister like that?
She was getting a little too close to the mic.
Oh, that's so
The
sweet.
chin.
Thank you so much. I
sit like
appreciate that. So which, did you prefer one side or the other?
What?
No, it was nice having both
Right.
cultures, seeing both cultures.
Yeah.
I got something from both of them.
Uh-huh.
Blood-wise, DNA, I'm more Italian. Patty's more Irish.
How can you...
So,
Well, we
you're not
had the
full,
ancestors. I know.
Are you not
The
full
ancestors.
sisters?
we're full sisters.
So...
Just a couple of more points to me, Italian, and Patty too. Irish, Scottish.
They did this thing on Ancestry.com. Some reporter for the Wall Street Journal like 15 years ago or something got identical twins, had them each send in their stuff, and the answers came back completely different.
Wow.
And the guy actually this was the DNA thing,
Right.
said, oh, well, it's more of an art than a science.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
So I wonder if the ancestry.com, which is just a genealogy thing, right?
Right.
You don't send in any DNA?
Yes.
Yeah,
Saliva.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
I see. How is that possible that you all would have different results?
I don't know.
I mean, physically, I'm the oldest, and my
Yeah.
dad. I look more like my dad.
His side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I look more like my mom. And I do carry a Mediterranean blood disorder called thalassemia, which came from Mediterranean areas. So I guess basically.
But she's third. You know, she's the third.
So I guess there is a difference.
The third. There's
Yeah.
another sibling somewhere?
There's two more.
Two more.
Two
Brother,
more.
baby brother, and a sister in the middle.
Oh, nice. Baby brother. Boy.
Yeah.
And how much did he get beaten up when he was a kid?
No, he didn't get well.
He got a
didn't.
lot of nurturing and
The
a lot
sisters didn't, like, keep him in line?
of love. No, I
They
was his
said-
protector for a long time.
I was a lot older, so I was probably getting married when he was older.
Right, right.
Yeah.
So how old is he? How much younger?
He's 7 years younger than me, and he was like a change of life baby.
Right.
And I was the tomboy, and he followed me. So Dad was like ecstatic. He finally got a boy.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah.
And do you mind me asking how old y'all are? You don't have to say.
I'm pretty open about it.
Yeah.
Maybe too open, you know.
Good.
But
Well,
I'm
don't stop now.
75.
75, and you're 7 years younger, so we can do the math on that.
Yeah, that was that's clever. Yeah.
And your brother, what's his name?
Jimmy.
Jimmy is 7 years younger than you, so he's
So
like
he's-
61.
Yeah, so he's like 15 years younger.
And what about the sister in between
She's
y'all?
what, 3? For me,
Yeah.
Yeah.
4.
And what's her name?
Luann.
Luann.
Yeah.
That's nice. So
She's named after our uncle that passed away.
Uncle Lou.
Uncle
Yeah.
Louis had died in the Korean War.
Oh wow.
19.
19. Oh God.
Yeah.
That's shit for war.
I know. But anyway,
I'm sorry about that. But Luann is fine and Jimmy's fine. Where
Yeah.
do they live?
Jimmy's in Connecticut. Lulu's in Iowa.
Oh.
Gasp.
everybody has to say there when they usually say, why does she live in Iowa?
I was just about to get to that,
But
but
then
you should
again,
ask the questions for
She
me.
lives near a friend of ours, hometown.
What's the
Keokuk.
hometown called? Keokuk. No way. What is that friend? The irascible,
Yeah.
uncontrollable Gino Walker Fox from Keokuk, Iowa. Wow. So do you see them do the four of you get together very often?
Oh, Jimmy plays music, and he was in the band that I was in as well. He joined as a bass player. He's a guitarist. So we do write music, get together. In fact, a couple of weekends ago, he has a studio above his garage, and we write original music and play.
Nice.
So I get to see him, not as much as I'd like to.
And what kind of music do y'all write?
Well, I guess you would say kind of alternative. Jimmy's into all sorts of music, where I'm a little more diversified,
Okay.
into atmospheric kind of dark side kind of the band that I was in. Very atmospheric dark
When you
side.
say
kind of.
what does that mean, dark side?
Well, people call it gothic, but I don't like
Oh,
to call it
goth.
gothic. But it's
But it's
very
descriptive.
original. Yes.
Uh-huh. And who are some of the performers you really like in that gothic realm?
Sisters of Mercy,
Uh-huh.
The Cure, Killing Joke,
Uh-huh.
Bauhaus.
Uh-huh. That's
Yeah,
great.
I could go on all night.
Go on. And Patty, do you like that kind of music as well?
Yeah, I like a lot of music, but I like classical. I like everything.
Uh-huh.
But yeah,
And do you all live together?
We do.
we're sharing an apartment.
That's nice. And do you play music in the apartment?
No, not
When everybody's out,
yeah.
Who's
my
everybody? Isn't
guitarist
it?
sometimes in the band will send a snippet of music or something of music, and I'll try to work a melody and a lyric into it. And I wait till everybody's out of the house, which is usually
many-
every day. They all go to work.
Five
I'm
apartments.
retired.
How many people live in this
There's
house?
5 apartments.
5 apartments.
Oh, there's 5
Not- so
So
apartments.
then I can say,
I
I can
see.
really let it go.
Yeah, and when they all go to work, being that we're retired,
Then you can make all the noise.
oh, we can make a lot of noise if we want.
That's good. I love that. And Patty, do you make noise? And
Well, just
along with
before
that?
we came, there's a song that we really like. Well, actually, it's Jimi Hendrix, Voodoo Child.
Yeah, can you hum a few bars for us?
No.
Can you sing? Are there lyrics?
Yeah, but it's not something I could imitate Jimi Hendrix. I don't think so. But it- yeah, it's
Oh.
awesome. It's more his instrument. It's the guitar.
Uh,
I'll have to play it for you sometime.
I'm sure I've heard it.
You probably have.
Yeah, but what an amazing guitar player.
I know, and that's what I wanted to say. I've seen a million people, Susie too, but he's the one person I wanted to see. And I was 17 years old, and I was with a bunch of friends, and we sat outside where he was playing. We could hear the music.
Fillmore, right? Fillmore's.
It was a school, maybe
Oh, it was a
Hunter
school.
and we could hear him in there.
Wow.
But we didn't have money back then, you know?
Right.
And that was it. We never got in. That's my one regret.
So you, at that time, if you were 17, you came in from Long Island
Yeah, by then.
with a bunch of like
Friends.
miscreants, your friends, ne'er-do-wells,
Yeah.
junior delinquents.
They were nice guys, these actually. One art student and yeah, very nice. And we heard them, but they didn't come to the concerts that I went to. You know, I was like we told you about the Beatles.
Yeah, I've heard of them.
Yeah, we started off with
I was
the
7.
In what? Tell me the story.
All right.
Forest Hill Stadium.
Forest Hills and
$5 tickets. Dad got them in
He saw
Queens
them
on
in
the
the-
way to work. A storefront said Beatle tickets here. My dad was awesome. He had like his pulse on what was going on. He knew history before it he knew when it was happening.
Right.
And he knew his daughters were into them and my other sister. And he went in and he bought a handful of tickets and a couple of girls
Forest
from the neighborhood,
Hills.
and them, and he had one left. And my mother said, "No way. She's 7 years old. She's not going." And Dad said, "She's going. She will hate me for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
They're going to be big." And they held my hand.
Yeah,
through
we
the
had to
whole
hold a hand
event.
through the whole concert.
That was they promised.
Don't
they
let
would.
go of your sister.
That's what they said.
They were little ants on the.
Yeah,
The screaming was like incredible, crazy, but it was life changing. It was
So mom, dad, and 4
unbelievable.
kids.
they were outside.
They were in a diner down the road.
Who was?
My
Dad,
parents.
mom and dad.
So just
We
the
were on
kids?
our own. Yep.
4 kids ranging from 17.
Well, there
No,
was just
3.
Susie and I,
Oh,
and
3
did
kids.
Luann come?
Jimmy wasn't born yet.
Oh. Wow.
And then I saw them at Shea.
Oh, boy.
And now I was older, and I could actually hear what they were singing,
Right.
and
So-
wasn't screaming.
They arrived by helicopter on the field.
At
It
Shea.
was
At
really
Shea.
exciting. I
No,
have to
at
say.
Forest Hills.
Oh, at Forest Hills.
When and
Wow.
they did Susie with Shea.
That's
They
right.
showed
did.
up, they got out, and it was like. But anyway, that was our first concert.
And so first concert, what do you remember about the Forest Hills concert? I mean, you're
My
7.
sister's
you're
holding
7.
my hand very tightly.
Uh-uh.
Girls fainting around us.
Yeah.
Screaming was deafening. But you did manage to hear some of the music.
Yeah.
And it was just
And the suits
incredible.
they
It was
had.
like a frenzy. I'd
Right.
never seen anything like it.
Yeah.
Even as a child, to see that,
Right.
to me, it was like the power of music. I think that's where it all came together for me, seriously.
Yeah.
To see that, I want to do that.
Right. There you go. And so eventually you did do that.
I did, yes.
And what was the path like from that Forest Hills concert to you strapping on a guitar or whatever and getting up in front of a
17,
crowd?
I met the founding member of the New York Dolls,
So 10 years later.
Rick Rivets, and
Uh-huh.
it was the 70s, Max's Kansas City, Bowie, Lou Reed, everybody was in the back room. He was in a band. Now, he had been kicked out of the Dolls. He started his other band. And it was just that whole scene. I was young. I mean, I was teens.
Right. But how did you sort of wangle your way into that scene as a teenager?
As his date, basically, going out.
Well,
with
how
him.
did you all meet?
I met him in a club called Coventry in Queens. He was in a band. And I also met the New York Dolls there. It was a very low-key neighborhood bar that had the most phenomenal 70s glam rock, pre-punk bands, real pre-punk. And, you know, it was just that before the drugs got into it, it was really cool. Me and my other sister, Luann, drove, and you could go
That's
in
cool.
there and you didn't have to worry about anything.
Right.
So from there, I met other people that I wrote with, my brother-in-law, my brother, and I did a lot of material. And then I auditioned for a band on Long Island, and the dark, atmospheric band called Tribes of the Moon.
Tribes of the Moon. That's a
And
good
as a bass
dark
player.
title.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah, as a bass player.
And had you played the guitar prior to that?
I had played bass.
Okay.
And we did that for a while, trying to find a singer. The singer we had didn't work out. And then they offered me the singing, and that was like when everything came together. I knew what I was supposed to be doing. And the bass went down. Jimmy joined the band, my brother, and he was a guitarist. So for him to go from guitar to bass, it was such a full driving bass, you know? And it was the
Wow.
best experience of my life.
So you put down the bass and picked up the microphone to sing.
And
And you
Ronnie,
and
the
brother
lead,
came.
the lead guitarist, and I write the music, basically. He writes the music, I write the lyrics. And a whole catalog of music. And we played really, really cool places. Webster Hall, Pyramid Club,
Yeah.
you know, happening places, as well as Long Island.
Right.
And the footnote to this is 30 years later, we got back together.
Oh, man.
And he contacted me, and we all did a reunion. And we had a rehearsal, and it's all there.
What's the rest of the band? How does the band fill out? You're the drummer, I'm guessing.
Drummer, electronic drums, Jerry. Jimmy's on bass. Ronnie's on guitar, and me.
And you're singing.
So logistically, we kind of can't get together to get the practices in, and we're older and everything else. But we're keeping our fingers crossed, because that rehearsal really showed us it's still there. And Ronnie and I wrote 2 new songs, so I'm hoping
That's
it all
good.
comes together.
And do you have recordings of the songs you did back in the day?
I do.
I should have asked you to bring them in.
Yeah.
Can you run home real fast and
No.
get 'em?
They're kind of rough.
Yeah.
We did do some recordings in studios. Friends produced it and stuff. We were better live, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
It seemed to dilute the whole feeling and the whole vibe when we went into a studio.
Right.
But we never found the right people.
Huh. And Patty, you must have gone to see this band a
Yeah, I
number of
did
times.
all the time.
Yeah.
You know, she was our biggest fan.
Love that.
And even Leslie went. Leslie went. We gave her.
I snuck her in.
Leslie.
I gave her a
Yeah.
guitar. She was 15. She carried it in. The guy said, no problem. She just can't drink. I said, she's got cokes all night. Don't worry about it.
Right.
And she lit the incense.
She had the incense.
And this is, who is this Leslie you refer to? For
My
people
daughter.
who don't know.
The infamous Leslie Hill.
The infamous Leslie Hill.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask about that. I mean, she is kind of like the mayor of this town in many ways. I
I
mean,
know.
everybody knows Leslie Hill.
And that, I have to just say, I had an experience. And I went, Susie and I were in town. And I was walking in, somebody's, hi. And I went, hi. And they said, you're Leslie's mom. And I said, yes, I'm Patty. You know, I'm in there somewhere. And then again, like 3 times between the village and the parking lot, the municipal parking lot, I got stopped. You're Leslie's mom. And I said, yes, I
I
am.
love that.
Isn't that crazy?
That's the best. I love it when kids call me like, "Oh, you're Daisy's dad," or "Allison
yeah,
Lance's
that's
dad."
nice.
Yeah, sweet.
There's nothing better for me as a parent than
I
that.
know. I am. I mean, I've lived here for so many years, but
Right.
yeah, that's all. I'll take that.
But you must see her as I do, as sort of like this kind of a linchpin of the community.
Yeah.
What do you, how do
I
you,
know.
What do you think about that?
No,
I mean, she's the reason I'm here right now. If it weren't for her, she said, "Oh, Maddie's starting this thing, and he's looking for somebody." And I contacted Matt. I said, "Hey, I'd like to do it." He's like, "All right, good, show up." And
Yeah.
and
She
that was
just
that.
brings people together.
Yeah.
You know,
She's all about connection, and she loves
she
connection,
loves that,
even
always
since she's
did.
been a kid.
And
Yeah.
I took her down to Long Island, when I got divorced. And she went to school. For about 8 years, they went to school there. But Colin, my son,
Yeah.
and
Which of your kids do you like better?
oh no. Well, Colin is a boy.
Not
and
falling,
Lily
not
is a
falling
girl.
for that at all.
Leslie,
Leslie.
Yeah.
And-
Susie, which of them do you like better?
I love them both in different ways.
Rats.
I know you're not
Just
going
trying
to.
to
I
stir
have
up
met
some shit.
people though that say, "I love this one more
They
than
Yeah.
that
each
one."
bring their own.
Yeah.
They're both. Yeah.
Yeah, I've met Colin a few times. He seems really nice.
He's a nice guy. He's always working,
Yeah.
and now he has a daughter, and so he takes care of her with his partner.
He's a
and
great
stuff.
dad.
Oh, that's great.
So anyway, Leslie,
Yeah.
yeah, but she just always liked people, and she always liked to meet new people, and she liked the stories. She used to share it with you, and about them, and she always wanted to be interviewed as a child.
Really?
Seriously.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mom, interview me.
But she would also interview you.
And she would interview. Isn't
Right.
that funny?
Leslie, if you're listening, get your butt down here and be interviewed.
You interviewed her already.
I did. It
Yes.
was great.
I know. But anyway, I think it's great.
Yeah.
I think it's she's a good, she's interesting, and they say children should kind of bring you up a little and teach you some things. She's wonderful to hang out with.
Yeah.
She's just got so many friends. It's not an easy thing.
Yeah. That's
know?
funny. She's a good friend of mine.
I know she is.
And everybody, I imagine everybody says that. Like, oh, yeah, Leslie, he's one of my best friends.
Yeah, and you know who it was? Martin. You know Martin.
Yeah.
He said to me, I have Leslie to thank for meeting all of these wonderful people.
Oh,
See,
that's
again, it's another example.
Yeah.
There are people like that. Our brother-in-law was sort of like that.
Jeffrey.
Jeffrey, and I'm thinking of Peter too.
Yeah.
They had this knack of knowing an essence of you and linking you and connecting you, just like you're saying with Matt,
Yeah.
with other people. That they form this connection. It's a gift. It really is.
Yeah. So sweet. Another gift is like keeping a band together. Now, to get back to
Yeah.
your band, how long were you all together?
About 6-7 years.
That's pretty good. In
Yeah.
terms of like bands, that's a super success.
Yeah. And never a competition. We were always supportive of each other.
Uh-huh.
It was just a really good feeling in it.
And Patty, did you ever have a feeling that you might like to be in this
No,
band?
thank you. Well, I
Wha-
did, but I wasn't given a voice. I always used to think that I could sing, but I was proved that I can't.
And did you ever play an instrument?
Did I ever?
Did you ever play an instrument?
Yeah, I played acoustic guitar for a while.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. But, then things happen and you don't have the time to do it. But I still have one. And
Oh, that's nice.
I brought it home and then I brought it back to the storage. But I like the guitar. I love music. As you,
Yeah.
as my brother, as my dad. We all really love music.
Right. But music isn't on in your household like all the time. It sounds like you get a bunch of neighbors.
Oh, it's on.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, we just have to keep it low.
And
Or earbuds.
And what do you play when it's on?
No, we have our favorite
What's
We have a
bands.
What's
favorite
the-
bands.
Led Zeppelin.
Zeppelin,
We saw them both.
Black Sabbath,
Killing Joke.
Killing Joke.
Sisters of Mercy. Some of these
Uh-huh.
other bands. We play them all the time.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you said you saw Led Zeppelin a couple times?
Once.
Once.
But you saw them too.
I saw them, yeah. I saw them that horrible tour where the money was robbed and sort of a dark tour.
Oh,
They were
boy.
at the garden. And a lot of bad things happened on that tour. But they were still phenomenal.
And what happened? You said money was stolen?
Yeah, they were storing the money in a safe in the hotel where they were staying. It must have been an inside job. Somebody broke into it and stole a lot of money.
The band's money or the,
The band's
promoter's money?
money. Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
But they were phenomenal. I mean, the Beatles were a novelty, but Led Zeppelin was the
Zeppelin.
real deal.
Yeah, they were.
They were the
Oh,
real
Jimmy
deal.
Page. I mean, doesn't get better than that.
Do you like Led Zeppelin?
I do. I love Led Zeppelin, but I was not a young woman at the
Yeah,
time when they
exactly.
hit.
Oh yeah, that was that
And,
take on
and
it.
the
too.
way that Susie said, it really, made me think about that. Did you have a crush on Jimmy Page?
Oh,
or-
yeah.
Oh yeah, I think. Well, the interesting thing is the concert I went to was early, so they
You,
probably
you saw
did
the better one.
the first album and the second, and we had a decent seat, so I could see him there, and I never took my eyes off him. But when I looked over to the other side, there was all of these young men, and they were all up staring.
Yeah,
just
same
as much
reaction
as I
from the
was.
men,
He
which was really
just-
interesting.
He was just something to
With
behold.
like stars in their eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Jimmy Page had some kind of magnetism.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh.
and he took out that bow, on the guitar, and it was like, oh.
Love that. What about Robert Plant? I would sort of guess
Oh,
he'd
he
be the
wasn't
heartthrob.
bad either.
Sexy too, but and it's funny. Back then, I kind of liked blondes more, but he didn't do anything for me. Jimmy Page, yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what about the other guys in the band? Who was it? Bonham?
Oh, he was
Phenomenal.
Crazy, raised by wolves.
I mean, that's the thing with Led Zeppelin. Each of them had such a gift. Each of them brought that
John Paul
forward.
Jones.
And who am I leaving out? There's one more.
John Paul Jones.
Oh, yeah. Right. Thank you.
An arranger, which I recently learned from the documentary. I didn't know he was such a big arranger, but he was phenomenal too on bass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So were there other bands you saw that
Oh.
had as much sort of heartthrob power? Oh, look, you got a list. We
got a list of. I'm just saying there was the Stones, and the Stones were good. We saw them later on.
Who was the most crush-worthy of the Stones?
Brian Jones.
Yeah, but he died.
But he died early.
Yeah.
Kind of non-crush-worthy. Yeah.
David Bowie.
Yeah, I saw
Okay.
David Bowie at Radio City Music Hall, and he came down on a big, clear dome.
Yeah.
It was phenomenal.
What a-
He looked like he was from Mars.
Yeah.
The Doors.
Oh.
Yeah, she saw the Doors.
All right. Well, lots of
That
people
was
had
at the
crushes on
Fillmore.
Jim Morrison.
Jim Morrison, yeah.
I didn't like him.
She liked the keyboard player.
Ray Manzarek or whoever. But Jim Morrison in those leather pants.
Yeah.
Something like just
Yeah, but I was
oozing.
young. I was like 16,
Yeah.
17. I would
Oozing
look at him
sex
and go,
appeal.
Well, you
"Whoa."
had a boyfriend at 17 who was sneaking you into all these clubs.
No, I was going by myself.
Oh.
With a girlfriend. Yeah.
Oh, with the girlfriends.
You see, with living on Long Island, we had a 45-minute ride into the city.
Do
You could see
And I used to go to the
everybody.
village at night against my parents' wishes. And I would see 11 Spoonful, Al Cooper, and the blues band, and they would just be walking around the streets and stuff. And so that's why the Fillmore was right there. And I would get tickets. There's a lot of bands. Procol Harum. I said,
What do the tickets cost?
oh, probably nothing. I was about 17 then, 18.
It's like two bucks.
10,
$10.
no, the Beatles were 5, and that was
Oh, right.
And they
60,
probably
so
were like more, like $10.
10, maybe
when-
$12.
And how much is the train into town?
Oh, nothing. We 45-minute ride.
I mean, what
I
was
can't remember.
what was the interaction like at home when you're like, I don't care, Mom and Dad, I'm going to see Zeppelin.
Oh, I didn't say that with Dad. I had a lie.
I'm going in. There's a
I'm
special
staying over
thing.
somebody's house, my girlfriend's house.
Oh, yeah.
And you were just going to stay in. And then he happened to call one night. And the mother says, oh, didn't you know they're going to the village? Bam. Over.
What was that like?
Oh, it was nasty.
Yeah.
You got disciplined, didn't you, when you were younger?
Well, I'm not sure if I ever did anything wrong.
Oh, come on.
The magnitude of you all. And Susie, you remember Penny getting, a good talking to from the parents for doing stuff
Oh,
like
yeah.
that?
It was a weed issue. He broke all her albums, most of her albums.
Most of them.
Oh,
Because
no.
he found,
His leg.
Mom found a pipe with marijuana in her top drawer, and it was all over.
What year was this?
I was a kid, but it was horrible to see him
Well,
break those albums.
By now, it was when I first
Patty.
went to Scotland. I was 19, and I was very foolish. I have to say, he's checking my luggage. He goes, "You have everything, Patty?" I says, "Yeah, I have everything." Okay. You don't mind if I just take a look? Now he must have had 6 cents,
He did.
and he pulls back the thing, and there's a pipe, and he goes, "You won't be needing this." And I said, "Okay." if I get away with it, but just as well, I'd gone to customs. It would have been problems,
Yeah.
right?
And you weren't thinking about the customs people.
No, I didn't. Well, this is
And
my first trip.
Did you have weed also,
No.
or just the pipe?
Both.
Oh, God.
Well, back then,
And-
it was everything.
and-
But there was a lot of friends of mine that did a lot more than that, LSD and amphetamines and stuff. But I stayed away from that.
Yeah. How come? Why'd you stay away from that?
Well, it was kind of their recommendation. This is kind of strong. Let us try it first. But I didn't want to go there.
Those some good friends.
Yeah.
They were nice. They were nice friends.
Huh.
And I'm glad I did it.
Yeah.
Because, you hear about people that did, and they took too much, and then they wind up like that,
Yeah. Did you ever watch that show Taxi? Was it Taxi, the TV
Yeah.
show with Jim Ignatowski? And he was a casualty. He was just this burnout character.
We
Yeah.
have a RES brother. He just doesn't talk very much, and what's the matter with him? And he's just
And
Acid. That was acid.
too much acid.
Yeah.
So did I guess I wouldn't do that if I were
no, I wouldn't.
around that.
No, right? We didn't do anything that was going to affect us as growing up.
Smart.
Yeah. Well, that was Dad too.
Yeah.
You don't want to take something that's going to now affect you as you're an adult.
No. But when you're my age, it's like, whatever, let's bring it on.
Well, we were more cautious, I guess.
Yeah. And are you still cautious? I see you brought beers here.
No,
Have you sworn off
I'm
the,
an adult now.
the
so
drugging?
I can do what I want, and it's legal anyway.
I can't even believe. I'm so shocked that is legal.
I know.
I know.
I said that to Susie not long ago. I said,
And when I'm with friends that smoke, it's like, be careful because you're so programmed
Yeah.
that it's
Yeah. They
illegal.
will put you away
know.
and throw away the key.
yeah,
Yeah. I can't wrap my mind around that being legal.
I know. I see the dispensaries and stuff. But what I don't like is back then, it was really just what you got. And it didn't make you crazy or anything. Then
Right.
they started cutting it with like angel dust and stuff like that. And that's when I stopped. But, nowadays you can go and buy whatever you want. And you can tell them what you want, apparently. Right? Isn't that what we heard?
And what is it?
We don't,
what you-
because we don't
what
do.
you
No,
heard?
we don't. I don't
Air
do it.
quotes
I'll
on that.
speak for myself. I don't do it. I don't
Yeah.
want to feel this and that, and I just.
No,
Right.
a beer here and there is good for me.
Right. But
And if I could go back and have just a simple thing that was, you smoke a little, you get a little high, and then it's done.
Right. And this is the 70s or 60s
Yeah,
when you doing it?
60s into the 70s.
Yeah. So you said you went to Scotland.
Yeah.
Where and why?
Well, it was our relative, and
Cousins or aunts and
no,
uncles?
it was an aunt, a cousin, I would say, of her good, right? She was related to her grandmother. And she says, why don't you come to Scotland? And so Luann and I said, all right, we'll go. And I'm thinking I could take the train to London because I always wanted to go to London. And we did. We went, and we had such a good time in Scotland. We went to London for maybe not even a week, and then we took the train back. It's just wonderful there.
And where were you in Scotland?
Well, they lived in a suburb of Glasgow.
Okay.
And then, of course, you could travel. I went to Edinburgh, Stirling, different places. But I really enjoyed it.
Nice.
So then I came back. Then I went back and forth 6 times, back and forth. And,
Nice.
yeah.
And do you still have a relationship with these cousins over there?
They passed away. But my ex-husband that I met there, he was Scottish. And then, of course, Leslie probably told you, he lived over here. Then he came over and we got married, had
Yeah.
children.
So you met him on one of those trips to Scotland?
Yeah.
Nice.
It was nice.
Where'd y'all meet?
I met him in, it was a hotel, and we just went.
All right, this is a family show.
Oh,
okay.
no. It was actually called the Red Stones. It's not there anymore, I don't think. And we went to have a drink and something to eat, and he was there. And, he just said, I moved back to this town. And I'm thinking, that's nice, because now I'm here. And, yeah.
So you're at this restaurant.
Yeah, so we're
and
at the
something you
restaurant, and I
drank.
met him.
How,
and
did you see him across the room? I mean, paint the picture.
I actually saw him one other time. I was in Glasgow, and was with some friends, and I saw him, and I liked him immediately.
And you noticed him. Yeah.
And very different than what I thought. You know when you're getting older and you think about maybe who you would marry. I always pictured a certain look in my mind.
Right.
And he was different. He was shorter. He had red hair, and but yeah.
So you'd seen him once before and just sort of been taken.
Yeah.
And then you saw him again
In town,
later
in the town I was staying with the relatives.
at this restaurant or bar,
Yeah,
at this house of ill repute.
get out of here.
And then how did it go down after that? I mean, you're both in the same room.
Yeah, well, I stayed for about 6 months, but back then you could only stay so long, and then customs came, the immigration.
But seeing
Came.
each other is not the same as meeting. I'm curious, how did you meet? You recall?
He came over, and actually talked to my sister first. And,
Lulu.
yeah,
Yeah.
and said hi, and I went like this, like
You're mine. I saw
yeah,
you
and then he
last
turned to
week.
me and he goes hello, and that was it.
And that was it.
Yeah,
I
nice
I
man.
love that.
Yeah, he was a nice man.
And where is he now?
Well, he passed away.
Oh, I think I knew that. I'm so sorry.
Oh, that's all right.
And
We were divorced by then.
okay. And Susie, you were married at one point?
I was married to George, yes, and for about 5 years. And yeah, and then
Was he a musician? Was he the one in the band?
he was the New York Dolls founder.
Let it show that Patty just smacked. Oh, there's a bug?
Yeah.
There's a
I was
little
like, why are
man.
you smacking your
Well, it's
sister?
on its-
There's a,
I know.
a bug on the tip of the likely story.
Oh yeah.
He passed as well,
Oh, I'm
unfortunately,
sorry.
due
Yeah.
to drugs, which is kind of not a surprise because it was his whole sort of lifestyle.
Right.
But
So this is why we live together.
yeah, so and then I was married a second time, a British man, and then that kind of didn't work. And Patty and I was going to get an apartment. She had the kids. We were down on Long Island, and it
Sure.
made sense to rent a house together.
So we rented a house.
And
Which
where
was great because it became like my band would rehearse upstairs.
Yeah, it
and
all
was
worked
a good
out,
Hangout at times, and
and we all were together.
And where was this house?
Belmore.
Okay.
And
No.
there's a really spooky story about that house.
Oh,
Oh,
all right,
good.
I'll let
It was
Susie-
haunted.
Okay.
And it's funny because we picked it up and we were hearing sounds and our names
It's
being
crazy.
whispered, and Colin, Leslie, Patty, and I, her two kids,
Uh-huh.
would have the same nightmares, the same nights. And
When
the
you were living in
funniest
the
story-
house or to this
Four
day?
of us were.
Four of us were living in the house.
Right.
Separate. I had upstairs, kind of. They were downstairs. But yeah, it was.
Yeah,
creepy.
that sort of
But
thing.
what's funny is the drummer Jerry was setting up his drums one time. We were going to rehearse, and he's very, very black and white and pragmatic, and he's what you see is what you get. He's
Yeah.
just one of those real stable guys. He turned to me and he said, "I don't know, Susie, what's going on in this house, but out of the corner of my eye, I keep seeing something, and I'm feeling something, and something's going down here. Are you aware of it?"
Wow.
And people that would come over would feel it.
Wow.
And then Patty went and had her tarot cards done, and the woman told her,
That was the best.
"You're living
The
where you
people
live.
upstairs.
The people upstairs are low energy. Are you aware of that? There's people up there." And she says, "No,
Does that mean low energy?
low energy."
Like ghosts?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Low.
So
They
she
said-
said, "It's just my sister and I sleep up there. We've got our bedrooms up there. The kids are downstairs." And no. I'm not talking about people. I'm talking about a group of people. And they're low energy. Be careful. And
Can you explain low energy a little
All
more
right.
for me?
Well,
spirits or ghosts that would come back, and they weren't harmful, but they weren't very positive.
Right.
And whether you believe in poltergeists or any of that, they breed or they feed off of energy that's kind of not bright and light. And Colin was going through something, and Leslie from the divorce, as was Patty, And I was, because I had gotten divorced, my second marriage, and I wasn't too happy about
So we all
another
were
divorce.
vulnerable.
So we were all in a vulnerable kind of down state. So it kind of set up a stage. Looking back, this is what I think, for things to enter or things to be. Because after we moved out of that house, I was using the photos. Remember Seattle Films, the photographs you sent away for Instamatic and all of
Vaguely, yeah.
I forgot to change my address because we've moved to Gun Cove. I went back to the house to ask if, and they had arrived. And I kind of had the woman that had bought the house, so I had my opportunity. And I kind of hinted, is anything like weird happening? Absolutely not. We love this house. It's the best. So that's kind of what led me to believe it was us that kind of pulled it in, possibly.
That's very interesting. I never even considered that kind of a thing. I mean, they talk about houses holding the spirits,
energy.
not the sorry, sad, or whatever energy in there.
Well, Leslie has the weirdest thing because she went to a concert and did a little too much drugs one night, and
You love
she fell asleep, and she didn't tell her mom, but she was kind of like uncomfortable, and Patty sat with her and walked her through the whole thing until it wore off. But it was years later that we found out that she had seen them, and what she saw, these people in kind of migrant clothing, like from 100 years before, Patty had seen one night upstairs when she just walked upstairs, and they were all there, like shadowy.
Like a dozen people?
It was about maybe like not even 10 people in a line, and
Right.
and they looked like they were migrant, but you know they were well, farmers, I should say. You know the way they looked,
The way they were dressed.
Yeah, and I saw them, but I wasn't frightened. And then I went back down. I says, I think I've seen ghosts upstairs.
How could you not be frightened? I'd be
I
screaming.
wasn't afraid. They weren't threatening.
They
They
weren't
just were
threatening.
standing
It
there. It
was
was an old woman and a tall man and a young boy. There was just all different people
Types of
standing
people.
there.
Yeah.
Right.
But anyway,
Huh.
We
And
were-
have you seen or felt spirits since then?
I kind of have a sensitivity to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But not
George and I
really.
had an apartment, and that there was something there too.
Right.
So I don't know. I do believe, and I'm open-minded to that stuff, so maybe it just
Right.
finds
I'm
me.
open-minded, but I don't believe.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but I'm open-minded because how the hell would you know? I mean,
Yeah.
you would know.
You know, believe me, you know.
Well, I haven't seen or felt anything really.
Yeah.
But I mean, how would I know? Because like having not seen that, I can't say it can't exist. But let me ask you this: you said a couple times that the spirits entered the house because your energy sort of like was.
That's what I'm
a
thinking.
A good energy for.
Well, we read some
conducive for
books
them.
on it, you know. We read some, and this is what they say: if you are in that sort of state where you're vulnerable, you know, and you're
hurt,
I
you're
find
hurt.
that a very reasonable hypothesis.
Yeah.
But where do you think they come from into that space?
Well, there was an old woman that was lived there, and she died, and
She died in the house.
in the house. So I don't know if that had anything to do.
I wanted to look up like the land. In Long Island, they covered
The
a lot of Indian burial grounds,
Right.
and I never actually ended up doing it. But I always was curious to see what the land was like before the house was built.
And do you think this family of 10 that looked
It's
like migrants
possible.
could have been Indians? I mean,
Yeah.
Lord knows they were marched all over the place.
Yeah.
Or died there, or
Yeah.
some horrific thing happened. I don't know.
And where do you all live now?
Rhinebeck.
Rhinebeck.
But like where?
Oh, Locust Grove Road.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And is there any sort of spirit activity in your current?
Absolutely not.
No.
It's a very clean apartment. It's very I
And
don't.
you seem happy about that.
I do.
Yeah.
It's depressive. That energy. That's how it to explain the low energy. It's
Right.
depressive.
I wonder if there are happy spirits. I mean, I grew up with the comic book Casper, the friendly
Right?
ghost. You know,
The
but
friendly ghost.
I wonder why wouldn't there be sort of
Sure.
a happy
I think
spirits?
if they're happy, they move on. I
Yeah.
think if they're not, they're kind of trapped in, or they're replaying something.
Right. Well, so talk me through how you all ended up here in Rhinebeck. Did one come first, and you?
Yeah.
You with your hand up.
I was okay. So, I I got married in Long Island, and then I got pregnant with Leslie, and and then we decided that we wanted to move upstate because we couldn't even at
You were
that
in
time.
Brooklyn at that point.
Yeah, Bay Ridge, Brooklyn. And we decided that we just couldn't afford between our salary a house on Long Island. And we said, well, let's go upstate. And apparently the company he worked for had an office up here, a store up here. And they...
Who was he working for?
Mays. Remember Mays?
Oh, yeah, sure.
He worked downtown Mays as a
Right.
men's buyer,
In Manhattan or?
Brooklyn.
Okay.
And they asked
remember
him, does
Mays.
anybody want to go upstate? And he said yes. Nobody else wanted to leave Brooklyn. And so up we
Wow.
come. We got down in Wappingers, we got an apartment. And I had Leslie. Leslie was Poughkeepsie. She was born in Poughkeepsie. And then we decided that we wanted to get an apartment. We got an apartment in Red Hook. No, Rhinebeck first. And then we got a house, ridiculously cheap. And then I got pregnant for Colin.
Wow. And where was that first house?
It was outside of, it's actually a Rhinebeck address, Bulls Head Road.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
And we got a house and needed work, a lot of work, but it was okay. And so that was it. The four of us were in the house.
Yeah. It was good times. And what were you doing? Were you?
I would work, I would stay home, and because now he's working for the railroad, and he made decent money. And I would work once in a while. What do they call it when you just...
Per diem.
Per diem at IBM.
Right. And where were you during this time?
I was on Long Island.
Okay.
I was married. And we used to come up weekends, and I loved the village. It was.
You'd come up to visit your sister?
Yes, we'd stay the weekend.
Well,
me and my
that-
husband.
Did your other siblings come up to visit
Yeah,
as well?
she and her husband came up.
Love that.
Yeah.
And Johnny? Is
Jimmy.
that Jimmy?
Jimmy, yeah, he did.
Yeah.
His wife came up one time.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so it was nice, and it was nice
Yeah.
having a house up here.
Yeah.
And
So different, the village back then.
Oh, yeah.
It was, such
it was
quaint.
wonderful, the village.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember when I first lived up here, we would go to the intersection, and the cars would go ahead, go ahead. And
I love that. That's
my
so sweet.
family would go, wow, Patty, I said, that's what they're like up here. And remember the IGA
Yeah.
and Northern Dutchess Pharmacy and
Yeah.
Stickles?
I remember
It was
those
wonderful.
things. So how has it really changed since then, apart from the names on the
It's
businesses?
just changed. I think we find sort of during the week, if we can sneak in, we go into the diner for breakfast or lunch, peace.
Right.
It's
There
just
used to be a
different.
couple. There
It's
used to be a
just
couple of
different.
those in town.
It's not as friendly at all.
The horn beeping. I remember the first horn I heard beep up here. It was like, oh my God. It
Right.
was like
Yeah.
shades of Long Island.
And the parking.
And that's why I moved up to
Right.
get away from the crowds and traffic. And
So we time it now. Being that we're retired, we have time. And we'll go in maybe on a Wednesday or so. Weekends are not really very suitable.
Right.
And we just work it that way, you know.
Right.
But, and of course, the stores are all different now,
Yeah.
you know.
And do you remember particular stores or restaurants that you miss?
Yes, what was
Stickles. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
hands down.
But the
Stickles.
restaurant was
A
Italian
restaurant?
restaurant in Astor Square.
Yeah.
Oh.
Francesca's.
Very nice place.
Yeah.
All right, what else? I mean,
There was actually Earth
yeah,
Magical
there was Earth Magic place.
It's a crystal store. He did metaphysical stuff. That was
That was near. There was a bookstore
upstairs, above, near that new place now.
Yeah, I
Think
don't
of the
know.
name
I don't
of it.
know. the
Where
names.
Stickles. They replaced Stickles.
Yeah.
It was that little door next to it.
Oh.
Upstairs.
Yeah. Wow.
They were cool. They were like a hippie couple up there. They
Yeah.
were cool. With
It
tarot
was just
cards.
different. The
and-
hardware store was great.
Yeah, the hardware.
And then there was the pizza.
Yeah.
Al's.
Was at the end of the block. for a
Right.
while.
Chemis,
Yeah.
It was just totally different.
antique stores. It just affordable. Patty
Right.
bought a whole bedroom set there.
It's
Antique.
like ridiculously cheap. But
It just was quaint and it was just welcoming.
Right.
It's very different.
Yeah, and
Big business.
do you think you'll stay here? I mean, it changed a lot since the pandemic and the lockdown.
Yeah, I guess
population
so.
swelled, and now there's a lot of development on the horizon. Are you worried about that at all?
I'm worried about the traffic.
Yeah,
There's nowhere to park now.
right.
And with the new spa opening up, and I mean, only
We're
two
hearing
lanes
there's
on
3
Route 9.
spas.
I can't see where it's going to go. It's
I
going to
mean,
be
there's
horrible.
2 already, spas.
Yeah,
Haven and then Marable. I just don't understand it.
yeah.
But because when I first came up, I remember they wanted to put Dunkin' Donuts in Rhinebeck. Such a fuss. Oh, we don't have that in Rhinebeck. And so where they stuck it in Red Hook.
Yeah.
So they were very fussy about just
What
who
they
they were going to
allowed,
let.
yeah.
But it doesn't seem to be that anymore. It's just whoever's going to make a lot of money can get a place. I don't think that's being kind of judgmental. I just think that's how it is now.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem to be local for the locals. You know, it's more for tourism
Right.
and bringing the money in,
Yeah. It's
which
tough
that's
when
kind of selling is, the
That's why,
soul
to
of
me,
the
it's
town.
easier to try to elect the people that are more, concerned about that.
trying to sort of keep Rhinebeck.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's still fine. It's not like there's nothing happening here.
Right.
There's still a
It's
lot going on.
It's a beautiful, beautiful area.
And the traffic. Living on Locust Grove, the fair's there and all of the events in the fairgrounds. And trying to make a left-hand turn is quite a challenge.
Yeah.
So it's just, I don't want it to get worse because I really like it. I really always have liked Rhinebeck.
Yeah.
I like it, but I like Rhinecliff too.
Yeah. Rhinebeck.
I love-
Rhinebeck is magical.
I'm
I
glad-
love that town.
Yeah.
I'm glad Leslie moved down here. And because I get to meet the people, and I really
It's
like
a really
it.
beautiful community.
The store
it
and
is.
tips and
Yeah.
just different places. It's I really like it. If I had a chance, I would live here.
It's less likely to change. It's more like time stood still here in Rhinebeck,
Yes,
Yes.
you're right.
which is great. I mean, I
Yeah.
think they're going to start doing stuff at the hotel again.
Yeah, the new owners, right?
Newish owner, but I think he's worked out some of the issues, and I guess that'll start
Cool.
being.
Yeah.
But I don't know how many apartments they have here, so we'll have to see. Unless he's staying put, so.
Would you consider moving to an apartment in Rhinecliff
Oh,
if you
hell,
could find
yeah.
one?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I like that. Well, let me go back to the rock band
Okay.
that you were in. How did it fall apart?
It seemed to all be a bunch of things. I kind of had a grievance that I thought we had something very different and something really, a chance to really do something with it. But the other members weren't willing to give it time. And in fairness to them, they were in relationships. I was single. So I could give it a lot more time than they could. But it just seemed to run its course in as much. And then personally, my job had reached a certain point, kind of dead end. And I just wanted something different.
What were you doing at that point?
I was always administrative, secretarial work. I was
Uh-huh.
working for an export importing company
Uh-huh.
and on Long Island, Plainview.
But that's when I got you up here then.
But I knew the town because from coming and visiting, and
Right.
I loved it. So it just seemed like it was time to just try something different.
And you moved up here, and did you live with your sister and
Originally,
brother-in-law right away?
no, Patty. No, you were divorced when I moved up.
Oh, okay.
So we shared an apartment in Schuyler House, tiny apartment. And then we found this wonderful setup in Red Hook where it was a house. And she had her apartment downstairs and I had mine upstairs. So we were separate, had our own lives and places, but we were close enough, to each
Nice.
other. And,
And then the kids came to live with me now in this apartment.
yeah.
And it was fun. Leslie and Colin both came for a while.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah, it was enjoyable. Susie's upstairs.
Did your folks come to visit?
They eventually moved up then,
Yeah,
right
it was-
around that time.
Oh, that's great.
So now this is how we grew up. This is what I remember. Growing up in Brooklyn, the relatives, we had one upstairs, one downstairs. one next door, and it was great, you know?
Yeah.
It was just a totally different atmosphere.
Now, Leslie told me to ask a story about your dad, Papa, I guess, or was that your grandpa?
Pop, no, this
That's
is
our
Dad.
father.
Going to a palm reader.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can you tell that?
He went to he worked for Shell Asiatic Oil
Okay.
Company in Rockefeller Center. And they had a big Christmas party, which they had every year. And there was a woman going around reading palms. And Dad, he had an interest. We probably get it from him because his aunts used to read tea leaves and tarot and stuff. It's probably where it's kind of in the genes. So he thought it was pretty cool. And he says, okay, here's free. She just walked around and did it. And every time he approached her, she turned his palm down. And she went on to his friend and another guy he worked with, another woman he worked with. And the third time, finally, she says, I don't want to read your palm. I'm sorry. He says, what are you seeing? You're scaring me now.
Yeah.
What do I don't have a future, or what are you seeing?
Yeah.
And obviously, it wasn't that because he lived to be 95, God bless him. But the weird thing is, Dad, and that's a story on its own, had 7 brushes with death and nearly died 7 times from his birth to his death. Gas, fire, falling out of a window, car accident, falling off of the pier at East River, hanging on by a nail.
The nail.
A burst
goodness.
appendix. I can keep going. It's crazy. And he survived them all. So maybe she saw that.
Yeah,
I don't
maybe.
know.
Right.
But it was creepy.
That's that's amazing.
That's a good story, right? That's why she wanted
That's the one. And you said tarot, but do both of you do tarot now, or just
I taught myself tarot during COVID.
you do many readings?
I mainly for myself, but I do belong to Patty as well. We belong to a tarot circle that was
In
started
Woodstock.
by Rachel Pollack, who is the queen of tarot.
She lived in Rhinebeck.
She lived in Rhinebeck.
Oh, wow.
Passed a couple of years ago. We went to her Woodstock group. Unfortunately, we never met her because she had passed.
Yeah.
But odd that she was such an idol to me and such an inspiration that I would join her group, and have met so many wonderful people in the group, at which we still go to.
Yeah, now we go to, it's sort of a branch of it, but it's still the same sort of tarot in Woodstock, the library.
Sweet. And is it for you all sort of a tool of divination, or
It's more self-work on yourself,
Right.
like a psychological type of. I know
Right.
Kimmy reads.
Kimmy Berlin?
Yep.
Loves reading through.
Yeah.
But
It's,
but
it's
doesn't
more for
feel-
self-work
Right.
and not predictive.
Yeah. Cool.
I like astrology. Always did.
Always did.
Always did. When I got, when things were not good before I got divorced, I went to Rhinebeck, adult ed. And there was a woman there, Judy Charla, and she taught astrology. And it was, but the interesting thing I'll say about astrology is when Susie and I eventually got together, she had the music, I had the children, and that is all in the same part of the chart.
Oh, is that fun?
Fifth
Yeah.
house.
Right.
Yeah.
Also in the chart is that this wonderful hour had to come to an end. It has been foretold. Thank you both so much for being here.
Thanks for
the
asking
in-
us.
Thanks for
It's
the
been wonderful.
invite.
The Hendren sisters. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yes, Hendren
It's
sisters.
been wonderful, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Have a happy Friday. Thanks to the Epicurean and Patricia Wend in particular for giving us a little look to the back. Thanks to substitute producer extraordinaire Matt Goldberg for being here and making it all happen. Have a great weekend, everybody. Thanks again
Okay,
for being
thank
here.
you.